Hey, this is Warren from Honed by Jones, and I'm here in the workshop on a Wednesday morning here in Carson City, Nevada, here in the high desert, looking out at the fall colors. My neighbor's trees across the street look really beautiful. And I wanted to get on here real quick and talk about a training I went to recently. Before I do that, thank you to my new subscribers. I've got a decent amount of new subscribers, so welcome to the channel. I really appreciate you joining in. I wanted to get on here real quick and talk about a training that I went to recently, which was the Sharpening Show put on by Wolff Industries. It was about 35 minutes away from me. Fortunately, I didn't have to fly halfway across the country or all the way across the country, or even from different countries like some people did. Anyways, it was the Sharpening Show put on by Wolff Industries. It was in Reno, Nevada at the Nugget Casino. It was a, let's say, 2.5-day event. Started on a Thursday afternoon around 2 o'clock, went until about 8 o'clock that night. And then the next day, on a Friday, we went. It was a full day. It was like 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. More training, more networking with other sharpeners. And then Saturday, I believe it was maybe 8 a.m. to 2 or 3 p.m. So, maybe 2.5 days, 2.25 days of sharpening training. And I wanted to get on here just to say it was totally worth it. On Thursday, the first day, I got there at 2. I remember at 6 p.m., 5 p.m., something like that, texting a couple of my sharpener friends and saying, already, I've only been here like 3 hours, and already it's been worth it financially. It was a $250 ticket to pay for the Sharpening Show put on by Wolff Industries, and already, just a few hours into it, I felt like I had got my money's worth. Here's why. The amount of networking I was able to do with other sharpeners, to be able to connect with them, talk about their businesses, talk about what's working for their businesses, talk about what isn't working for their businesses, and get ideas from them for how I could improve my business. Just that on the first day alone made the $250 ticket worthwhile. Then over the next couple of days, and so that went on all 3 days, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, that networking, that gaining knowledge from other sharpeners, understanding how they had their businesses, their businesses set up. And I'm talking to all kinds of different stuff, from advertising to how they set up their workshop to ways that they interacted with customers. Excuse me, all super, super helpful. Then the next couple of days, learning about different techniques of sharpening, animal grooming, barber and salon shears, knife sharpening with Cliff Curry. Bonnie from Bonica Shears was there showing, giving information about shear sharpening. They had another presenter from the Sharpeners Report talking about the state of the industry and what works for sharpeners in terms of advertising and social media and that kind of thing. So all of that stuff made, one of my neighbors walking by giving me a wave, all of that stuff made the Sharpening Show put on by Wolff Industries an incredibly valuable experience for me as a business owner, one man, one shop business owner. It was an incredibly valuable experience, worth way more than the $250 ticket I paid to get in. The other thing I would say is, and let me digress for a second, is I only paid $250 in a little gas. Other people had to pay more because they maybe flew from Missouri or they flew from Florida or somewhere like that, and they had to pay for their hotel room. I was 35 minutes away from the Nugget Casino in Reno, so I just drove home at the end of the night and slept in my own bed. So I realize it's more expensive if you have to travel. For me, it was very inexpensive because it happened to be right in my backyard here, 35 minutes away. But the other thing I was going to say, the value of being, so I'm primarily a knife sharpener, the value of being able to put my hands on twice as sharp machines. Twice as Sharp makes scissor sharpeners as well as barber, salon, and animal grooming shear sharpening machines. To be able to put my hands on a bunch of flat hones for shear sharpening and feel those and see what they looked like in person, that was also incredibly valuable, because if you guys have ever looked at those machines, you know how much they cost, anywhere from maybe, $1,700, I think, for the Hamaguri USA flat hone, all the way up to like $3,500, to be able to put my hands on Nebraska Blades clipper blade sharpening machines. all of those things, to be able to touch them and feel them and see them in person before I decide what I buy, because you guys know how it works, right? For a lot of sharpeners, you come on a channel like mine where I review different machines as part of my YouTube channel. You watch me saying, hey, buy a buck tool 1x30. I can barely get it in the frame here. Buy a buck tool 1x30. That's what you should use. Or buy a Kalamazoo 1x42. That's what you could use. Or a Tormek T8. That's what you could use. That's not the same as being able to take your hands and actually put them on a machine and feel it and see how it feels for you and see if it would actually fit in your shop and all that kind of stuff. So all of those different things, the networking, the information, the hands-on experience. If you get a chance, especially if you're a sharpener who has little experience and you want to learn more about the whole sharpening industry and you want to see these machines in person and you want to get hands-on training, definitely recommend the Sharpening Show put on by Wolff Industries. And that's it. I'll catch you on the flip side. Later.